Cathy Thomas, cookbook author. Dana Jacobi's latest book is about the 12 best ingredients, right, Dana?
12 best foods.
And one of those is chocolate.
Absolutely.
Right, and we're making a chocolate souffle.
We are, and we're going to now make the base for the souffle, which is so rich that I just call it chocolate, chocolate, chocolate.
Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate.
And to start it off, this is soy dairy creamer, which is going into our pot.
And you can use, what, half and half?
You can use half and half, but the reason, this is sugar that's going in, and
quarter
now
of a cup.
2 kinds of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of each are going in. The reason that I use the soy creamer is that it is mostly oil, and as many of your readers will know, chocolate seizes up from water and moisture, and this way you get a wonderful creaminess. Plus, for those who care, you get to avoid cholesterol.
Right.
Now, we're mixing this up, and for those who wonder why 2 kinds of cocoa, one was the Dutch process, which has a stronger flavor, and the other is the natural, like Hershey's.
Right.
So once those are all dissolved and the sugar is melted, it's time to add the chocolate. And this is 2 ounces each of 4 different kinds of very dark, 70% to 72% chocolate liquor, very good quality chocolate. And now those need to melt. I might want to reduce the heat a little bit.
All right.
And while those are melting, what we can do is get the souffle cups ready if you want.
Right.
Okay.
But this is going to need to cool, right?
Yes, it will. Once the chocolate is melted, this mixture has to be room temperature before you can whip it with the egg, combine it with the egg whites.
So Dana, how do we fix up the souffle cups so that they are all ready for the souffle?
Well, this whole process is very easy. What you do is take, this is a 1-cup souffle cup, and just lightly coat it with nonstick spray, or you could brush it with oil. Then this is a tablespoon each of cocoa and sugar, which are going to be combined. Let's get them all out. Thank you. And you could use a little whisk, or just, doesn't have to be completely mixed. But what this does is we sprinkle a quarter of it, about a teaspoon, in the cup and roll it around, because then when we put the souffle mixture in here, it gives it something to grab onto so it can climb up the cup. So you really do want to try to get it around. Doesn't have to be totally coated.
And we put down a piece of wax paper so that it's catching the excess, so cleanup's going to be easy.
Right, then we would do this with all of the cups, but now let's go on and make the actual souffle. So here is the chocolate mixture. I'm going to add, I like vanilla, so if I get a little more than the 1 teaspoon the recipe calls for, and that's fine with me. We're going to mix this together. And now we are going to bring a quarter of our egg whites into this. And what that's going to do is lighten it up. And you can just stir. You don't necessarily have to fold, but you do want to be gentle. And it doesn't have to be completely mixed. Let's just make sure we get all the liquidy stuff.
And that's starting to lighten up that mixture, isn't it?
Now, all of this is coming into the remaining egg whites. Let's get every drop of this good stuff in here. I'll leave a little for somebody who wants to look out the bowl. There you go. And now you do want to use that folding motion where you cut down the center and lift up and rotate the bowl as you do it. Okay, and the point is to keep getting, see, when you get it up from underneath, cut in, turn it up. There's darker stuff underneath that we want to get.
And Dana, is it okay if we leave a few streaks in this?
Absolutely. It is much better to have it be a little uneven than to knock too much air out of those egg whites. So this actually is about right.
And I've preheated the oven to 400 degrees.
Perfect.
And the rack is in the middle of the oven.
Now, let's see. I think a spoon might be helpful here, Cathy.
All righty.
Okay. My aim is not that great. Well, we really want to fill this cup. Okay. You know, because you do want to try to keep the sides clean. So here, I'm going to
And there's a
Pass this off
spoon.
to you.
Change.
Makes it a little easier. And we are filling each cup to about 1/2 inch below the top to give that room to rise.
Right.
Now here's what's going to give the finished souffle a very professional touch. By taking any knife, doesn't have to be sharp, and making this little circle around.
How deep are you going?
I'm
Dana?
going all the way in, but this, now this souffle mixture is a little looser than mine usually is because every brand of chocolate has a different texture.
Mhm.
And working here in California, I use some different brands than I find in New York.
Yeah.
So it's still going to make a gorgeous souffle.
Right. So we have this on a rimmed baking sheet.
Right. You want to
And
put
once
it on
those are
something.
all full, those are going to go into that 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Right.
Till they're puffed and they look like a flourless chocolate cake.
Great. All right, Dana, let's see what we've got here.
Look at that.
Oh,
They're
it's
perfect.
absolutely gorgeous. Look
That's
at that.
lovely.
Oh, and the
Okay.
smell.
Isn't that great? Now what we're going to do is just take a tablespoon of these chopped strawberries, blend it
Right.
with a little sugar,
Yeah.
put it in the
And
middle.
And I put a little Grand Marnier in there,
Oh,
too.
perfect.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous.
Ready to go.
And you know, I feel healthier already. Thank you so much, Dana.
Pleasure. Enjoy.